Okay, welcome back. We're getting closer and closer to the toss. That's the next thing we're expecting from Abu Dhabi in terms of this game between England and New Zealand, the all-important semi-final. We'll come to that very shortly. We're going to continue our in-depth look at the various players involved in the two teams, and we're going to turn our attention to the bowling of both teams. Now, starting with England, obviously the much stronger lineups.
Yes. You're running out of support.
I know. We'll keep trying. Anyway, just have a look at the basic figures. The England bowling in this T20 World Cup has gone a bit like this. Adil Rashid is a key man. Chris Jordan is a key man. Chris Wokes, he's a key man. Moeen Ali, he's a key man. Mark Wood's only just played that one game. And hasn't been necessarily at his best. Obviously, the injury to Timal Mills took out a regular, but they do have depth, and there's still possibility for changes in the attack. But by and large, obviously the 4 games they won out of the 5, a lot of that has to do with the bowling.
Yes, a lot it had to do with the bowling and the fielding. England has been superb in the field, and their bowlers are well supported by all the fielders. So even though if they are missing that one of their best death bowlers, the fielding will make it tough for any opposition who's playing against them.
One hopes so.
So yeah, we can first look at Chris Wokes with the new ball. अगर हम उनके graphics के ऊपर बात करें, अजहर भाई अगर हम आपसे start करें, क्रिस वोक्स कितना प्रॉब्लम कर सकते हैं न्यूजीलैंड की बैटिंग लाइनअप को?
देखें, क्वालिटी बॉलर है, नो डाउट के नए बॉल के साथ जो है उनकी स्ट्रेंथ ये है कि वो नया बॉल थोड़ा सा आगे करते हैं. जितने भी जॉर्डन को देख लें, आप मार्क वुड को देख लें, उनकी निस्बत ये बॉल थोड़ा सा आगे करते हैं. अर्ली ऑन देखते हैं कि अगर उनको थोड़ी सी स्विंग मिले तो वो उसको यूटिलाइज़ करते हैं. जैसे हमने देखा ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट जो है, डेफिनेटली यहाँ पे तो ऐसे लग रहा था टेस्ट मैच का विकेट है, और जिस तरह बॉल मूव हो रहा था तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट था. और उसके बाद जब बॉल मूव नहीं करता तो फिर बैक ऑफ द लेंथ आ जाते हैं, हैवी लेंथ पे ला के बॉल मारते हैं. ही हैज़ एबिलिटी टू स्विंग द बॉल बोथ वेज. सो और उसके साथ जो है नकल बॉल है और बैक ऑफ द हैंड भी करते हैं, तो ही गॉट ऑल द स्किल्स टू अपसेट एनी बैटिंग लाइनअप.
ही गॉट ऑल द स्किल्स. आप एग्री करते हैं उमर इस बात से?
जी बिल्कुल एग्री करता हूँ. और जिस तरह अजहर भाई ने कहा कि जब इसको ऊपर से नए बॉल पे जब बॉल इसका स्विंग होता है तो अप पिच करता है, और मैं मोरली उसको जो मॉर्गन है वो उसको ट्राई करता है कि पावर प्ले में से 3 ओवर करा दे, क्योंकि एंड पे फिर उनका जो डेप्थ बॉलर है वो जॉर्डन ही मेनली करता है. लेकिन ये है कि अपने लाइन को बड़ा जल्दी वेरी कर लेते हैं. जिस तरह शारजा में डिफरेंट लाइन के साथ बॉल कर रहा था, काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस है, तीनों फॉर्मेट में खेल रहे. तो आई थिंक एक अच्छा, अगर आप कहते हैं नए बॉल के साथ बेस्ट बॉलर उनका.
और अगर आप वेरिएशन की बात करें,
गुड लेंथ पे ना इनका 3.9 इकोनॉमी रेट है गुड लेंथ पे, और थोड़ा पीछे लेंथ जो शॉर्ट ऑफ लेंथ पे उस पे 7 पॉइंट समथिंग का. इसका मतलब जैसे अजहर ने कहा है कि आगे से बॉल जो करते हैं ना ये इफेक्टिव है.
बिल्कुल.
और इसमें यह है कि हमने देखा नहीं है इसको डेथ बॉलिंग करते हुए. मैंने काउंटी क्रिकेट में बहुत देखा है, लीग्स में बहुत देखा है इसको. तो डेथ बॉलर भी ये बहुत अच्छा डेथ बॉलर है.
पर ओवर 4 ही हैं इनको, तो कैसे यूज़ करेंगे ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट बात है. और ज़बरदस्त कैप्टन इनके पास मौजूद हैं बेहतरीन इनको इस्तेमाल करने के लिए. सो ऑफ कोर्स द ओवरऑल फॉर वोक्स ही वांट्स टू बोल अ लिटिल फुलर इन लेंथ एज कंपेयर टू द अदर 2 पेसर्स इन द इंग्लैंड लाइनअप, and he can both swing it both ways, seam it both ways, and he has got great control. And even as at the moment he's bowling with the new ball, but he can be a very deadly bowler at death also.
Okay, I mean with the new ball, Viv, if there's just a little something there, he can be dangerous. He's one of those guys that will pick you up a couple of wickets early on. If there's nothing there, then he's got to think more about his lengths. But he has become a very good cricketer.
I honestly believe that he's an underrated cricketer, especially in that England team. I think he gets the job done, and we saw that against Australia where he just put the ball on the spot. He didn't seem to be much effort in terms of his deliveries, but he got the ball in right areas. More so, when he hits the deck, it seems a fair bit. He goes both ways, and for a batter, it's always going to be problematic for any batter. But I think he's underrated, but I think also that he is one of the best at what he does.
Yeah, he's been a little expensive here and there, but when he picks up wickets, he is dangerous. If we move on, so we can try and get as many of these high-class England bowlers in as possible before the start of play. Next man we're going to look at is Chris Jordan, who is more a specialist with an A, who's normally a specialist at the end. I mean, he's a very, very good death bowler, but yeah, could potentially be used early on if conditions suit.
Yeah, he loves bowling in the middle. Avoid the captain actually avoided not to waste his over in first 6 because he's there for a purpose. I think number 1 death bowler in the world. He's, I think, a perfect control on his Yorkers. White line and toe Yorkers. He's so good. Even left-handed or right-handed. His main ball is in the death is Yorker. Mix up with slower one, but he's always backed himself with the good Yorkers. And the control which he has, many doesn't have.
It takes control, takes confidence, doesn't
Yes.
it? It's the ones who can deliver the Yorker, the ones with the confidence, and we've talked to Umar about this before, the Yorker specialist takes something
Pakistan,
special up here, doesn't it?
नहीं काफ़ी क्लेवर है और वो जो बात करते हैं ना कि वन डायमेंशन बॉलर नहीं है वो जिस तरह आकिब भाई ने कहा कि इन स्विंग यॉर्कर भी करते हैं वाइड ऑफ द क्रीज जो वाइड यॉर्कर वो भी करते हैं स्लोअर वन और बड़ा अच्छा बाउंसर भी बड़ा अच्छा इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो मेरे ख्याल से नॉट इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट जो डेथ बॉलर है जॉर्डन है और इसीलिए इसके जिस तरह आकिब भाई ने कहा कि अर्ली ऑन कैप्टन की कोशिश होती है कि इसके पावर प्ले में ओवर ना कराया जाए जितने मुमकिन हो दूसरे बॉलर से जिस तरह क्रिस वॉक की हमने बात की कि अगर उसका बॉल अच्छा हो रहा है तो उससे 3 ओवर करा देते पावर प्ले में ताकि ये बीच में जो 2 फेज रहता है उसमें जो ना इसके 4 ओवर ना बड़ा अच्छे तरीके से यूज़ कर जहाँ पे कैप्टन को लगता है कि मुझे विकेट की ज़रूरत है तो जॉर्डन को लेके आते हैं और वो को ना विकेट दिला देते मेरा ख्याल से वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डेथ बॉलर दीज डेज
बिल्कुल वन ऑफ द बेस्ट बॉलर्स है और नासिर हुसैन और अजहर महमूद दोनों समझते हैं आदिल रशीद से नया बॉल कराया जाएगा आपको तो लगता है इनसाइड इन्फॉर्मेशन बड़ी जबरदस्त आपकी एनालिसिस रही है इस बात पे तो
नहीं एक्चुअली आप देखें ना अपोजिशन को देखते हैं जब मैचअप्स की बात करते हैं और फिर वर्क विद नेथन लीमन और मोगन के साथ भी काम किया है तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो मुझे बैट्समैन को देख के होती है और कप्तान का जो माइंड होता है उसको देख के मुझे ये लगता है और नासिर हुसैन ने भी बात की होपफुली ही टेक्स अ न्यू बॉल देन हम लोग ठीक हो जाएंगे तो उसमें एबिलिटी तो है मतलब जो है ना और बाकी मैचअप्स की जो बात मैं कर रहा था तो मैचअप्स के साथ सारी क्रिकेट खेली जा रही है आजकल मॉडर्न डे क्रिकेट की अभी जैसे आकिब भाई ने बात की है जॉर्डन जो है अगर तो पार्टनरशिप लगती है तो फिर आप देखेंगे कि जॉर्डन जो है ना फर्स्ट 6 में भी आपको 5वां या 6ठा ओवर क्योंकि पावर प्ले में अगर आपका 6ठा ओवर जो है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है तो वो फिर आप अपने बेस्ट बॉलर के साथ जाते हो कि उसमें डैमेज कंट्रोल कर लें आप तो फिर आप जॉर्डन को देखोगे और फिर जहाँ पे ऐसी सिचुएशन होती है जैसे गुली ने बात की
अजहर भाई हम जरूर आएंगे वापस क्योंकि टॉस का लाइव टॉस का टाइम हो जाता है टॉस पे चलते हैं वापस आके फिर बात करेंगे
Match play, tournament play, the other that is just day in, day out, the best wide ball team in the world. What's going to happen today? Who's playing, who isn't? Who's batting first, who's bowling first? With the 2 captains at the toss, let's go and meet Nasir Hussain.
Same teams, same captains from that famous final at Lords. They go head to head in this first semi-final. Owen, you've got the coin, give it a spin, please. Tails is the call from Kane Williamson. It is a tail. Kane, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bowl first up. Looks like a good surface, perhaps a little bit of dew later, so make use of it first up.
And your team news, any changes?
We have the same team.
You must be thrilled with the way you've been playing. Last 3 games in particular, must win, 3 in 5 days. That physically and mentally very strong.
Yeah, busy little period for us, but some good cricket played, which is important, trying to build on those performances, improve throughout, and I think we've seen that. But today's a great occasion, and all the guys are really looking forward to getting involved.
And in the absence of Lockie Ferguson, which was a big blow, the 2 senior seamers have stood up really well, haven't they, Bolt and Saudi?
Yeah, that's right. Our 2 most experienced bowlers have really stepped up and bowled beautifully throughout the tournament. And, conditions, I guess, have suited in some ways. And, yeah, like you say, Lockie was a loss, and Adam Milne's come in and bowled beautifully as well.
And you've been brilliant in the field. This is a big playing area, relatively. You need to be brilliant again this evening.
Yeah, it's an important sort of attitude for us in the park, and, important we look to go out and bring that same sort of energy into the field and bat and ball as well.
England, quite a few injuries. Is that an opportunity or still very strong on paper they are?
Yeah, they're always strong. Depth is certainly one of their strengths, and whatever team they put out, it's always a strong one, an experienced one, and full of talent. So, for us, it's focusing on the cricket that we want to play, and we have that opportunity today.
Go well, Kane.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers, bro.
Owen, you lost the toss. What would you have done?
The exact same, Nas. For obvious reasons, it's obviously been a trend in the tournament. It doesn't mean, or hopefully it doesn't decide the game. It's play good cricket in order to win this game today. Two evenly poised sides, I think, and it looks like a really good wicket. So all bodes well for a good game.
What is your team news?
Yeah, one change. Obviously, Jason Roy misses out. Sam Billings comes in and plays him.
Hugely disappointing for Jason Roy. I mean, he was in tears at the end there, missing a semi-final like this.
Yeah, it's devastating, you know, come so close to the latter stages of a tournament, having played quite a significant part in the build-in the last 2 years towards this World Cup. But, you know, a guy misses out, another opportunity presents itself for somebody who's missed out for a long period of time for us, always carried the drinks. He works tremendously hard, so huge opportunities today for Sam.
Will Johnny move up to open with Joss? That's the plan?
Yeah, Johnny moves up to the top of the order with Joss.
New Zealand are a side that you know well, you've learned a lot from, and a side you don't underestimate, do you?
No, not at all. They're an extremely strong side. They're not newcomers to semi-finals and finals. They've been doing it far longer than we have. They're obviously a well put together side who, like I mentioned earlier, will have to play well to beat.
Go well, Owen.
Cheers, thanks, Nas.
So the news from the middle is New Zealand have won the toss. They're having a bowl.